Back to the coaches real quick. Is Hilgenberg going to do anything with the O-line?
He'll assist the offensive line, but the structure is different. He's going to do the offensive quality control, and it's just more about job responsibility. John Rushing was offensive quality control, so the primary job is the involvement with the computer and things like that. But John's going to go more to assisting with the wide receivers and assisting on special teams, so he'll have a little more coaching responsibility. It's just more priority. But yeah, Joel will help the offensive line. He won't spend the time that Jerry Fontenot did on the offensive line, but Joe Philbin will be helping more with the offensive line. So we just feel Joe and I kind of feel left out a little bit on the offensive staff. So we're fighting to try to get back in some of those individual meeting rooms. So that's kind of part of the reasoning.
Mike, what is it about Edgar that makes you so comfortable about? I mean, people are going to look and go, he's a running back. He coached running backs. Why do you feel? I mean, is it because he's such a good teacher, or what goes into that?
Number one, he's a good teacher. He's a high quality person. He's got tremendous work ethic. I played tight end in college, so I mean, what the hell am I doing coaching quarterbacks? I've seen that story written before. Edgar Bennett will do a great job in wide receiver. Personally, for him, it gives him an opportunity to expand his horizons and develop as a coach. This is an opportunity. He jumped through the door. He wanted to do it. We've been planning for these type of situations. I expected to lose coaches this year. Frankly, I thought we'd have more movement on our staff. We've been trying to develop younger coaches. Jerry Fontenot is one of those younger coaches. John Rushing is one of those younger coaches. So it was an opportunity to move these guys up, and I'm really excited the way this worked out. So a lot of time, a lot of thought, a lot of planning went into this. This isn't something that we just fell back on. And, I'm excited for Edgar. I'm excited for Jerry. I know our players will be excited to see these guys promoted and the new rules. And we're going to be a better offense next year. That's our focus.
I know you kind of joked about it, but does that mean more responsibility for you on offense then?
I hope so. If they let me in there, it's a very good coaching staff. We've been together now going on 6 years, so we want to get better, and we're always looking at ways to get better. And I've had a chance to sit down at length with Joe Philbin, and we felt with this new structure that we can get involved, in certain areas, and hopefully we can improve.
Like down the road, does that make Edgar a better coordinator candidate for another wherever that would be?
Definitely, I think it's an excellent question. I think going back to I think his personal development definitely increases here, and and I think Edgar Bennett is someone that will be looked at as a potential coordinator candidate in the future. So it's like anything. It's you coach running backs or any particular position. It's easy to get into that box and stay in there, but when you're not out there coaching the other parts of the offense, you don't really, know it, but you don't know. It's one thing to know the plays and know the adjustments, but when you're coaching it every day, it's totally different. So this is a great opportunity for Edgar personally, but this isn't about personal opportunity. This is about what's best for our staff. This is about what's best for our offense, and we're going to be better for it.
Mike, what have your last few weeks been like since that Sunday the 6th?
Just busy. Because you come off the season, and Monday, Tuesday, the celebration. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday was really all evaluation. Ted and the scouting staff started right away, so we were in there Saturday. Sunday, I was with the family Sunday, so that was really, I guess, the first day off I had, and I worked the following week up until Thursday, and then my wife and I went out to Scottsdale, Arizona. Then we lost a very dear friend in Texas on Friday, so we flew there Saturday and got back Wednesday night for a funeral, and I drove here Thursday morning. So there it is. That's my schedule.
Mike, what's it like for a coach to come to the combine after winning the Super Bowl? I imagine it's got to be up near the top.
It's rewarding. It's great to see your peers. I mean, this is the essence of pro football right here. I mean, the people that really know are all here for the week. So. The handshakes, and you appreciate it. Some of them mean it. It's kind of, I'll get you next year or something. But it's fun. It's good to see old friends. It's good to see guys you've worked with in the past. You have to give yourself a little longer to walk from A to B than you normally do. But it's very rewarding.
Mike, you're probably losing during college in the league. Do you see Woodhouse and Toronto taking a crack at that position at left guard?
Well, I mean, anything in regards to future of our football team, time will answer all those questions. So we'd like to have everybody back. Ever how things move forward, we'll see what happens. But we're about building through the draft. developing guys, keeping it competitive. That's not going to change. And we're here with the draft to get better.
I talked to Rich Gannon yesterday. He mentioned that at some point around midseason that Aaron came to you and said he needed more quality time with you, and he said that got a little bit closer, and then kind of Aaron's play kind of took off from there.
I'd like to think that the meeting that we had when it made him play better. I think there was some things that I could have did a better job with, and he could do a better job with, and spending more time together. I definitely do think that helps. I felt that as an offensive play caller, I probably got a little bit too far away from the quarterback room in the early parts of the year. That's a criticism that I have of myself, and something that Joe Fielder and I have talked about. So, but that I definitely felt it helped spending more time with Aaron, and I think it's obvious. You should always spend as much possible time as you can with your quarterback, and it's easy to kind of take things for granted because when players mature, you kind of give them a little more rope than you probably need to, and it's just human nature. So I think it was important for us to spend that extra time. It was Thursday afternoons that we would spend a couple hours together, and we'll continue to do that.
Mike, do you think there's anything to do like the post-Super Bowl hangover? And if you do, is that one of the challenges that you're looking at as a coach this year?
The Super Bowl hangover, I thought that would mean because all the extra alcohol. It's because of lack of sleep is what it is. No, I don't think so. I think it's a new season. I really do. Trust me. I don't know if it hasn't hit me yet, but every time I ride down I-65 and pulling in Indianapolis, it's time to move on to the next year. So I'm not trying to wipe this thing away, and I know our players are enjoying it throughout the country, this Super Bowl victory, and they should. But really, the staff is moving on. That's what Indianapolis does for you. They've made it such a big event, but there's a lot of work that gets done when you come down here for this week. And tonight we go from interviews from 6 to 11, and this has always been a big night for us. There's a lot of information that you can gather on these players coming out of Indianapolis, and that's what we're doing. We made a living on this draft, and we need to have another good draft class. That's our focus.
Do you feel